Hey everyone, I'm going to go through each card individually and then I'm going to give you the overall meaning of everything together. This is what the month of December 2019 has in store for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The underlying energy for the month is this Knight of Wands. This is fire energy. This could possibly be, if it is a person, Aries, Leo, or Sag. This is someone who is a go-getter. They're passionate. They're full of charisma. You know, they get things done. They move. They're fiery. They're strong. They have great willpower. But if this is not talking about a person, then this is about movement. This is passion, adventure, charisma, moving forward, leaps and bounds, being fearless. You know, don't rush in. Check in first. Sometimes I do to say, because you don't want to be in over your head and jump into something too fast. You know, that can be the negative aspect of it. But this can also be movement as far as travel by land. All right, next we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is water energy, so this could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So this could be you sitting here. Hi, how you doing? But if this is the person, this is someone sensitive, loyal, they are kind, caring. They can be sometimes insecure and jealous, you know, because that's the negative aspect. But this is someone who could be a mentor. They could offer advice on relationships. This could also be a healer of some sort. But if this is not a person, then this is talking about a balance between the head and the heart, emotional control, you know, managing situations logically. And this could also be you yourself being a mentor to others, offering advice. All right, next we have the Five of Swords in reverse. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, this is desire to forgive, reconcile. There may be resentment over arguments or things like that, fights. This could also say that winning isn't worth it. You could end up like you think you've won it's like you've won the battle but lost the war type of feeling. You know, was it really worth it in the end? This can sometimes mean conflict may be worse than you thought it was as well. There is sometimes that it means that. All right, next we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and this is hope. This is reaching out for help, working through those anxieties, fears, and traumas. You know, they're subsiding, you're working through them. This can also be sometimes like you're in a pit of despair. You know, really you're just wrapped up and consumed by a fear or an anxiety or worry or in depression, and it's just really bad, and you just keep diving deeper and deeper, and you may need to reach out for help in a situation like that. But sometimes it can be getting help and asking others to help you get through it, or, you know, really looking in the mirror sometimes and seeing those things about ourselves to be able to work through it. Next, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this is being uninspired or having no motivation, lacking passion, or it can also don't avoid tasks, because sometimes when you avoid something, it makes matters worse, or it can cripple a reputation. This can also be like you're not prepared to handle something. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready to face it or realize it. All right, next we have the Two of Cups. And with the Two of Cups, this is an important union, a partnership. It could be a relationship, could be romantic or business or friend or family type of relationship. This could also be our relationships with ourselves, and this can talk about balance within ourselves emotionally and spiritually. This can also talk about how we connect with others and connect with ourselves, and how we share values and see eye to eye, and how others see us, and how we communicate with others and with ourselves. Next we have the World card. And with the World card, it is ruled by Saturn, which is Earth, so it's slow moving. But with the World, and it's usually a long process, But this is fulfillment, harmony, success, completion, triumph, that wholeness that we seek, coming full circle. This could sometimes mean possible travel overseas for long distances and long periods of time, like 6 months or up. This could say completing major milestones in your life. With this card too, you also need to make sure you tie up loose ends, because you could be close to an end or getting close to the end of completing something. And it's like, don't slack off. You really need to put the effort in to finish it and wrap it up. This is also saying have gratitude, because if you have accomplished something and wrapped something up and really reach that milestone, is what I'm trying to say, then show gratitude. It's a celebration. You've accomplished a lot. Be grateful in those things that you have achieved. Show gratitude for them. Next, we have the Tower card. And with the Tower card, this is ruled by Mars and fire, the warrior planet. With this can be a sudden upheaval. It can be something that's unexpected, right out of the blue, that happens. And it can be a disaster. It can be a foundational shift, a destruction of something built on false beliefs. This can also be a sudden awakening, a spiritual awakening, a realization of something, or a revelation. Kind of like a breakthrough or a break away from the mold, stepping away from something that no longer suits you or serves you. Sometimes I also say with this card, whatever happens, it can sometimes shake your core. It can shake you to the core, rattle you, but it's usually for the highest good. All right, next we have the Five of Cups. And with the Five of Cups, this is an emotional card. This is loss, grief, self-pity. People may have not been who they said they were. You could be filled with disappointment in someone or something that you did, or regrets that you have. And it's funny, it lines right up with those cards, okay? But, what was I saying? The Five of Cups. Sometimes your logical mind can be clouded by your emotions that you feel. And it can be like a sense of depression. And this can also be where you're unwilling to learn from your mistakes because you're stuck in a pattern or stuck in an emotion. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles. And with the Four of Pentacles, this is conservation, frugality, being overly cautious. Sometimes we fear loss. Sometimes change feels like a threat to our safety and security. And this can also be a warning to keep an eye on your resources and your spending and finances, where they go. Let's see, is there anything else I want to say about this? And sometimes it's important not to lose sight of the things that are truly important to us beyond the physical realm. This can also just simply mean holding on to something too tightly. All right, next we have the Devil card, and this is ruled by Capricorn and is an earth energy. But this is playfulness, addiction, pleasure. It can also be restriction, self-enslavement, being restrained by our bad habits, things like that, or being restrained by someone else. This can be a lifestyle that's, leading down a rabbit hole, like where you have no control of your actions. You could be eating too much, drinking too much, shopaholic. It's where we don't, it's like the unhealthy attachments we have to people, or the bad habits that we have that can render us and keep us locked up, And this is also another thing about holding on. Like if you look at it, he's holding on to this and the devil's holding on to them. All right. Oh, excuse me. So with this card, I think, even though this could be a person, for all I know, there could be a partner here. It could be a fire energy that you are in a relationship with. It could easily be that. Or another water sign that you were in a relationship with. It could be that, all right? It could be that specific. But with this Knight of Wands here, I get the feeling that it's like you need to be fearless and you need to gather your resources. You need to be bold, because he is bold. I'm moving forward. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make those power moves. I'm going to move into something. I'm I'm the knight. You know, I'm going into battle. I'm ready for it. I'm fearless. And sometimes, even though you can be fearless with those things, because these are both like battle cards, is be careful with the things you say and do, because sometimes it can hurt other people, or you rush into something because of an argument, or you got hot-headed. All right? But this can also be about going into that fire energy of I am and living. I like to think of the Leo, because even though this to me is more feeling like an Aries energy, but Aries, Leo, and Sag, they're all the sun, which is the card you had come up. I will cover that in a little bit. But it's like that energy of light, that energy of lifting, that solar plexus energy of where what's true and authentic to us and following our passions and our charismas and our spirits are being lifted, and we're really going for what we love and are passionate about. And I do feel this could be someone else that you had an argument with. It could be a healer. It could be another water sign, like I said, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or this could be that you have got an argument with someone else, or in a situation where you've had to battle something out with someone else, whether it was to get a job, or whether this is a swords card, because I think words could be involved. So you could have gotten to a word or like a little argument or debate with someone, and it could be in a relationship. It could be a romantic relationship, a business relationship, whether it was a friend or a family member, or this could be some type of contract that is being signed to bring people together as well. And maybe you thought you won the battle, and maybe there was some kind of miscommunication in words, or the document wasn't filled out correctly, and it's raised problems. And it can also be maybe some type of union. There was an argument and you're filled with sadness about that situation. And it's really just sends you into a state of depression when you argue and fight, and then you regret what you've said and what you've done. And it can also be not you. It could be someone's done it to you as well. And there is this sense with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse that it's like you have no motivation, no desire. You just really head into a negative space mentally. And when you have that depression or that negative space, it can pull you deeper as far as I'm trying to think how I want to say this. It's like when you become depressed, or when your thoughts are in a negative space, your physical realm and your physical body can be affected as well. And then it's like I'm really wrapped up with regrets about an argument that I had with someone. Or you could be helping someone else. This could also be giving advice to someone else about an argument they had with a family member, a friend, or in a relationship, and they're really depressed and they don't have any motivation. It's like, I'm going to help you snap out of it, because if this is not you, it could be you helping someone else. But it's like you need to snap out of this depression phase, whether it's about a friendship or relationship, and that pity that you feel. It's like you really need to snap out of it. All right. And December is coming. This December is coming to the end of a decade. This is 2019. It's fixing to wrap up at the end of December, and we're going to start into January, which is a whole brand new decade that we are closing off. And it's like that can be important too, that we need to get things in order in our life, and we need to snap out of whatever's happened this year or in the past 10 years, or maybe things didn't go the way they want, and we may be worried that maybe we didn't accomplish the things that we had meant to accomplish. But it's like, it's okay. Look at the things that you have achieved. All right. Let go of the things. Stop holding on to the grief or the sadness. Stop using it to pull you down, because it's really heading in a negative direction. But I get the feeling like there is some arguments or disagreements that you may have had with another person, or with a project, or like a partnership over a project, or a family member or friend, and you really regret it, and you really regret that you've lost important time, you've lost maybe someone important, any of those things. It has worried you, and it's like you really need to work towards healing yourself, and you need to really just wrap it up and be like, it's a milestone that you have to overcome, as far as like maybe something didn't work out with this person, and it's completed. It's done. All right. Like sometimes when you say something or you do something wrong, you have to understand that sometimes when you say something, you can't take it back, or when something done, it is done. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what's set in stone is something, you know, like when people get in arguments, I like to say, you know, sometimes when I have disagreements with other people or arguments or in a situation, what done is done. It's complete. There ain't no going back and changing it. But it can wake you up to not make that mistake again. And this is something that you need to change for yourself, because all three of these cards are major arcana cards. This is an awakening for you. Perhaps you realize that the relationship or the partnership or the friendship was built on something false and it no longer served you, and you need to move on, and you need to really find your happiness again. Find yourself again. Reconnect with who you are, what you are, the things that are authentic to you. You need to wake up, let go of the sadness. Stop hanging on to the things that no longer serve you. The sadness, it consumes you sometimes. And I do like to say this for cancers. You know, cancers, a lot of people that don't understand about a cancer, and most cancers I have dealt with, they really carry the weight of the world on their backs and on their shoulders. And they're there to help so many others. They love and they want to take care of others, but no one sees the pain they suffer. I, as a Scorpio, have that same issue, but it's like I want to take care of everybody else. And you can easily be hurt and people not realize it, and you lash out. But there's a part of you that needs to let go of the sadness that you feel, the pity you feel. Let go of the regret, the remorse, all those things. They don't serve you. If you keep hanging on to these sad feelings and these doubts and these anxieties and these traumas that happen to you, if you keep hanging on to them, they do nothing but weigh you down. It's a self-sabotage. It's a self-enslavement. Instead, you need to reach for the sun. You need to grab a hold of that light. This is a new decade that you're going into. Do not carry this bull crap with you into this new year. All right? Let go of this stuff. And know that these things can't be fixed, and you can't keep mulling them over and carrying them with you. Move into something brighter, something newer, something better. Let these negative things that don't serve you and render you fall away. Let them crumble to the sea and be carried away in the waves. Let them go. Turn away from those and look to the light. Look to the better. Rebuild to something more. All right? This is a rebirth into something better, because I asked for more advice from the universe, and I've got the sun. This is 12 for the sun, all right? And 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. It's the number for Trinity, you know, death, life, rebirth. This is illumination, visualization, all right, with this sun card. Because the sun represents the power of illumination and visualization. It assists in identifying a source of inspiration for furthering one's progress and growth. The sun is both physically and metaphorically a guiding light. It is often considered a symbol of consciousness, truth, knowledge, mental brilliance, and enlightenment. Okay? It also represents, next to this Tower card, spiritual awakening, where the conscious mind plays an important role. All right? This is like your rebirth period. The illumination. Go towards the light. Leave the darkness behind you. Okay? It's a beautiful message. All right. So that is all, I do believe. Do understand this is a general reading. It does not always resonate with everyone, and that's perfectly fine. All right? If this resonated with you, great. That's wonderful. Let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. But if you would like a personal private reading with me, head on over to my Facebook page, Mystical Moon Tarot Readings. Book an appointment with me. I would love to do a reading for you. Until the next reading, I send you guys so much love, many blessings. Have wonderful holidays. And your next reading will be in the new year, 2020. Many blessings to you guys for the new year coming. This will be the time of life, love, abundance, joy. Move into that. All right? Don't carry this with you. It's negative. All right? Bye, you guys.